Flat Earth British, Martin speaking. Welcome people, welcome to my channel on what is the 20th of March 2019, or so they say. And this is the next episode of The Greatest Secret Never Told, number 10. Okay, and this is going to be like epic. This one is the secret of the Colosseums. Okay guys, now if you follow The Greatest Secret Never Told, this is going to blow your doors off. If you haven't, the least you will learn by the end of this vlog, which has been 3 months in the preparation for this series, is the real use of Colosseums, okay, which has massive implications for humanity, believe it or not, and a very strange but real etymological codes which will give you keys to your reality. You interested? Everything we will speak about in this vlog now, you're about to watch, right? Billions do not know. Flat Earth British peeps, quite happy to share that with you, okay? Millions do not know this, okay? Do you want to watch? Make sure to subscribe, come back. I'm going to be basically recording this and I'll be there with you later. It's been massive effort, I haven't slept in days, and I got a vlog to come that's going to blow your doors off as per usual, guys. I can't even sleep with this, and I can't get to this until I get past this, which I'm going to give you now, which means I got to get this down to get to this vlog before I can sleep. So it's looking at days away. So this, I need a nail. So peace and love. Oh guys, if you knew what went on in the background, it's so hard. Anyway guys, peace and love to you all. Right, we're going to get underway. The Greatest Secret Never Told. Secret of the Colosseums. First, at the end of The Greatest Secret Never Told number 9, okay, I had an email in, and it's concerning some test results. Okay, what happened? About a year ago, I had some bones sent in to me from a subscriber who found them in a mud flood affected area. So we decided, Flat Earth British, to have them analysed. So we sent them out for identification to 2 laboratories, one in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and the other in Zhangxing, China. Well, the results come back. Would you like to see them? Thought you might. You like that? So here they are. So, what you find is pianist came in alright, Mexican, Italian, vegetarian, a Buddhist, okay, the white, black, pretty good. Oh dear, something's happened to the globe earther. Okay, now obviously at this stage, at the intro of my video, I want to sincerely apologise to all monkeys watching, because we know you are beautiful and we know you're very smart creatures, okay, and that goes for some globe believers too, not Flapso. Anyway, so if you see at the top here, guys, right, there's millions of files, pictures, also down here, also down there, okay, and all these are going to be presented in this vlog, okay, just the one. So there's that many, so we have thousands and thousands of images for The Greatest Secret Never Told. Now, too lazy really, not really lazy, but I am so knackered, I've got no time to think of file names, so because there's so many I just chuck them in on my keyboard, but basically this happens, that awkward moment when I hit the same random number. But above all, when filing, I decided to do this, file in order of shape. Things related to a Colosseum that are round, like this. Okay, a tire. So we had a tire, car, tire. Okay, now, excuse me. So what we got is a file, and it's related to all things round. Okay, this file will be all things round, and you may notice something happen. So this is a car, C-A-R, car wheel, okay, also known as a torus or a tire, a torus or a tire. And the next image is another round thing. It's a hill, but the hill has got an entrance into its torus field, and it's called a door, and a door in German is a Tor, T-U-R, a Tor in German is door. the next image is old Russian helmet. H-E-L-M-E-T-A. Russian helmet. Okay. Now, the next image is another round thing. It's the Jewish model of our Earth. Jewish model of our Earth. The next image is a weird baldy looking dude. A weird baldy looking dude by the name of Aristosthenes. Now Aristosthenes looks a bit strange. What's going on with his Gavin, I wonder? His head. So let's have a little think about this shiny baldy headed dude, shall we? Shiny bald head. Shiny bald head. Okay. Now it's said to be the first to theoretically prove the Earth is round by basically calculating its circumference. Circum meaning circle. Circum meaning circle. So the logic is, if you're able to calculate the size of a circle, you can thus prove a sphere. Wow. No, man, guys, that's milestones in epic stupidity, surely. You know, there's millions, well, a lot of well-paid academics that are going on that. Now, that should tell you something. So, let's have a little look at Aristosthenes' head. There's something weird going on with his head, you know, and this is what the social engineering masters tell us he looks like, guys. So let's have a look back at that Russian helmet again, shall we? Okay, Russian helmet. Okay, let's have a look at that Jewish model of Earth. Oh, okay. Let's look at Aristosthenes. Okay, well, something sort of twigged that they're all sort of same shape. So we thought, should we layer them? So either this is just a massive coincidence and just nothing in it at all. Even though they got the same words, the same shape, and they relate to round, and they all fit on Aristosthenes' head, given to us by our social engineering masters. Are they having a giraffe a laugh at us? Maybe. So our social engineering masters seem to have, like, predictively engineered out their image of Aristosthenes for some reason. We'll know now. This is, oh, excuse me, I've gone one too many. A baldy lady, or whatever. A baldy lady, excuse me, something just come up. And it's clava. Clava is bald in Spanish. Okay, bald in Spanish. No, excuse me. And the next image explains. Now, clava is bald-headed in Spanish and scalp. Golova, head in Russian, literally means naked. Or chelovak or chelovek is person in Russian, or galava is head in Polish, or clever. Now, notice anything about all them words, guys? Is they all have an L in them. They all have an L in them. So notice the letter L is always there. The twin sound for L is R. So like la, R, la, R. They're a twin sound. If you see this, you can see words that are related, like crown and clown, or Cali, clutch, cloud, crowd, corona, column, but also car and chariot, car, or hour, or owl, and along, etc. So, show you something else. Is a torque. This is a torque, and it was found in Sutton Hoo, Saxon parent, Saxon horde in England. It's a torque, okay, or a Taurus. We also have, excuse me, a Roman tourniquet. It's a thigh tourniquet, this one apparently, and it's from apparently 199 BC to 500 BC, with 301 year margin of error with these people. So that's well pinpointed. So it's a tourniquet. The Tour de France. The Tour de France. The dance you see here, guys, is in, oh, excuse me, I've missed one, have I? Yes, this one is the Celtic cross, or the Tor, or the Thor, or the Taurus in the Celtic cross, which we've seen quite a lot on The Greatest Story Never Told 9. Now this dance here is, oh, let me just finish with this, is this year's a meal, and it's called tartar. It's a plate of tartar, and it's common in Holland, but if you ask anybody in Holland where this dish comes from, no one knows its origin. That will become apparent later on for obvious reasons. This circle dance is in apparently Catalonia in Spain, okay, and it's a traditional circle dance, which they do everywhere in Europe. They do it all over, actually. We've got quite a few examples. This one is called the Sardana, S-A-R, the Sardana. Now please notice, right guys, that the word sa means round, and all of the words that have tor, ho, ta, ka, kal, kol, etc. all mean round. Tor, ho, ka, ta, ka, kal, kol all mean round. Now, so this is the Sardana, and it also relates to round circle dancing. Here is, excuse me, a Tesla invention, the coil for electromagnets, painted in 1894, and there's the patent signature, etc. Okay, note this, coil. We got to, ho, ta, ka, kal, kol, all meaning round, so coil. So we work out where they got the name for it. The next one is another folk dance, and we have one here as well. Let me just bring that up. Sorry, some of them are GIF form, and some of them aren't. So this one is, which one is this? Is the Kola, K-O-L-O, Kola circle dance in Siberia, Serbia. Very sorry, in Serbia. The next one is another circle dance, and this one is in Montenegro, and it's called the Oro, O-R-O, Oro. The next one is an X, an O, and a P, and an O. It's a dance, a circle dance from Bulgaria, but it's written in acrylic alphabet. For some reason they got an X and an O and a P and an O. And if you watch The Greatest Story, Secret, excuse me, Never Told, you're going to know exactly what it is, and it's the XP code. The X and the P, denoting the electromagnetic model of our universe. Now, the next one is the Giro d'Italia. Okay, Giro d'Italia. Gyro means a tour or to turn. Okay, and a gyre means to turn, or T-U, tour, to turn. Everything relating to the Taurus. The next depiction is a gyroscope. A gyroscope, meaning circle. The next one is a turbine, an aeroplane turbine engine. This engine, no fuel is involved. It's a vortex-based propulsion system working on compressed air. Okay? Turbine. All in there, guys. Clocks. Clock. This one is a 24-hour clock, or a horloge in French, or a Uhr in German. The next image is bells. Bells, B-E-L-L-S, bells. Okay, and Glocken in German and cloches in French. Okay, now the next image has all of these things in it, all in one go. Unfortunately, where is it? I just saved it up. Is there? This one is everything in one go, and I'll explain now with this etymological code. So fasten your seatbelts, guys. This one shows a horoscope, a cycle, a calendar, a horses, a chariot. Is carrying a deity, Horus, has a golden crown with an aura or an aureole, and he has a wheel or a tire, and it has a clock. So it's literally all of those denominations all in one picture for some very, very unusual reason. Choir. Choir is C-H-O-I-R. Choir. And originally the singers stood in a circle, but nowadays, so the audience can watch, they sit in a semicircle, so each one can watch one another's beats. But the word choir is shai ro, or kai ro, like high ro, meaning circle. That's the dance and a choir. Now, this is a clutch. C-L-U-T-C-K. More round things. We have a orange. O-R, orange. We have more O things. Excuse me, it's the only way I can do it. Gold coins. Okay, these are Spanish gold coins and they're called the oro. 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 Okay, now also we have the orifice and the plate. The orifice and the plate. The next image is a Christian image. We have two saints, one with an aureole and the other with a halo. So we have the aureole and the halo. The next one is Dante's Hell. Dante's Hell, okay, is a comb-shaped hole upside down, and it has rings that just get smaller and smaller as you go down, like V. Okay, like a V, upside down V. The next one is another round object, a cylinder, and another round object or objects is the club, the ball, the hole, and the club. Okay, now I'm going to stop there, people. Sorry to keep going on about these, but the thing is about all these images I just showed you, the point of it is, right, is they all relate to the shape of this electromagnetic universe, the double torus, which is round, but it's got an inertial flat plane between it, where we're living on 12 kilometers below your feet, in fact. So we move on now. Excuse me, I've done something to my computer by here. Sorry, but that doesn't matter. So we move on. So this image is all of it together, put together for you. This CL, GL, BL and PL all mean round, guys. Okay, so all of them letters equal basically L and R equal round and circle, like I just showed you on that image. If you've got a G and an L, it's round again, obviously, but it's convex or globe. Be like Eratosthenes' domage. BH and L equals round concave, bit like your bells, like a ball. And with F, V, P equals an L, is round flat disc, like a plate or platter. Can you see how that works now? Move a little bit on, in case you can't get it. So, just nuts. This is the Greek alphabet. And what we have for the letter L, okay, which seems to be showing up in every single thing, which relates to what it relates to, is lambda. So we had a little Google search and find out what we could exactly find out about a lambda, and if there was anything that was apparent. Okay, and this came up. So they're apparently lambda systems. They're a conglomerate, and what they got that symbol for, what's going on with that infinity looking to sort of that torus looking symbol. So basically we took a shot of their torus EM field that's on their logo, and then we put it over a torus, and what you know. So what do you think's going on? Are they just like accidentally not understanding the place where we live? Massive coincidence, though, isn't it? Though, massive coincidence. So it's true. Then it can teach us something that is very useful for our story about the pattern of CL, GL, BL, FL that we just discovered. Okay, could it be that the letter L in all of these words does exactly what we see in the torus field picture right here? Okay, could it be that it acts like a dam or a ramp that forces you to deflect your movement so it spins or deviates? Is that what the L is? Bear with me. An example of a dam, or in this case a ramp, used by skaters. A ramp used by skaters. More examples of ramps, etc. are this star foot here. It has L shapes or ramps going up to deflect any mud flows or any floods or anything coming at it. Okay, so it means keep diverting. Okay, when you keep diverting, you cycle something, you circle something when you divert it. So if you take our round images again and you say to the letter L is this circling movement, whether or not it will be a ring or a convex system or a concave surface or a flat tip disc depends what's in front of the letter L. I will explain now. What is in front of the letter L? So you get like CL, mean the C meaning joint in a chain. Okay, L deflect means a ring. You got G and an L, or G is baldy shiny joint, or L deflect is a globage. I got her and Eratosthenes' weird head. VL and V or B is a cone or a bowl, with L deflect hollow bell, ball, hill or hole. And pretty self-explanatory, I think. Now P and L, and P stands for a cut down stump. L deflects plane or plane disc. A tree stump. Okay. Now the tree stump, which I did have a picture of, I believe it's maybe a bit further down there, excuse me, is just so happens to resemble pi in its shape. Okay, so we placed this strange pi looking designation over a torus like I just showed you, and it fits absolutely perfect. So with the inertia plane in between the torus. Now, bear with me, bear with me. So the tree trunk again. The tree trunk again. Let's take a look at that. Now, this is why so many words have something meaning something flat in them. We have letters PL, plate, example, or PHL, or equals PL, or FL. FL is FL for flat. So basically the letters have got PL in it, okay, like plateau, or PHL, or P or FL, all designate flat. Okay, now we have a slice of a tree here, right? So if you take a look at pi, or the tree stem from above, you get this. Okay, if you look even at that pi symbol, you're going to get that. Okay, now it shouldn't be no surprise that pi is a symbol of a number to calculate the circumference of a circular flat surface. Now, the definition of pi is commonly defined as a ratio of a circle circumference c, okay, to its diameter d. Okay, the ratio c and d is constant regardless of the circle's size. For example, if the circle has twice the diameter of the other circle, it will also have twice the circumference. Okay. Preserving the ratio, this definition is implicitly makes the use of flat Euclidean geometry. So that says flat Euclidean geometry. Sorry, it's actually cut away half by there. Can't get it to show up no more. That's funny, they didn't tell me that. So back to Colosseums, guys. Back to Colosseums. Okay, actually, this one first. If it comes up, there it is. So this, before Colosseums, excuse me. I have so many images and I can't really stop. So it's a Greek letter for F. Okay, and it's directly related to phi, and it even shows you a line through it or a flat disc. So I'm going to get back to Colosseums a second. Colosseums. Okay. So the Royal Colosseum, we see that we have a C and an L in its word. In fact, we have many C's and many L's in the word Colosseum. So it applies of what we just learned. The C and L means it has one or more circular rings. Yes? Yes. Okay. So here's a depiction of what a Colosseum looks like these days. Okay. So much for climate change. It's cold in Rome. So here's a few depictions now what we got of Rome in the past, or the Colosseum, excuse me, in the past. If I have lost them, probably I'm not going to be starting again. So there's a couple. No, this one is basically a drawing from antiquity. It doesn't exactly show you what the Colosseum is for. You see a bit of a viaduct or aqueduct, excuse me, in the background, but it's got the statue of Apollo outside, so we can't really verify if that is a real event. But you get the drift, okay, that it is circular. Okay, so what is excuse me, Quackademia tell us of it all? Let me move this up. So sorry, just messed up my images. So Quackademia, and this is a French artist, will tell you this of antiquity or the Colosseum. This is what's going on, alright guys, is blood, lust and atrocities, okay? So they imagined this place for extremely uncivilized, atrocious, brutal behavior, okay? Massacres supposed to be happening daily, for the retarded, you know, Roman population to witness, including, you know, the emperor and his posse to witness. So in my mind, this is like ludicrous, guys. You know, Roman emperor himself in the period of Flavian dynasty, apparently 69 AD to 96 AD, which we've talked about on my last vlogs concerning Vespasian. I find this a ridiculous notion. Let's see if there's something else going on with them. Okay, this is another depiction of what they tell you is going on with the Colosseum. The official narrative is, okay, this is a painter, Jean-Léon Gérôme, and in the 19th century, and the image is named Christian Martyr's Last Prayer, innocent Christians supposedly being slaughtered to hungry lions. Okay, I think it's such bullshit, this. So, because basically, this is what they tell you when you're going on a professional guide tour. I've been in Europe myself, although I didn't go on the tour. I don't do anything like that. So, my idea is it's a highly advanced civilization with a highly advanced building and highly technological devices. Does this make more sense than all of these people going around to watch people getting ripped to shreds or feeding a load of apparent Christians to cause hate for apparently 2,000 years in the camp? Do you believe any of that? Or is it just bullshit fear mongering, guys? We'll move on. So, what we got next is some images of Rome, old images of Rome, which have been collected. We have a few of them, but I seem to have mixed up all my images there. So let's put that down with there. That's water towers. So images of Rome, guys, seem to show an abundance of these colosseums. Now, if they are for Circus Maximus or for, you know, gladiatorial purposes, etc., why are they on nearly every corner? You know, is there something else going on? Why so many? Why so many? So we have, excuse me, I have another depiction here, a bit of a close-up, okay, which will show you yeah, some of them were used for aqua purposes. They say this in the Flavian amphitheatre, the Colosseum, that they filled it with water for naval battles. And this one as well says Nua Machina, and it's a Colosseum, and it's got boats in it, so it has water in it. But still, a crazy abundance of Colosseums in antiquity. Now, so going on Google and having a look for some smaller things that are round and look like the Colosseum. There's another one. I was mixed up, excuse me. This is one's from I6. Excuse me. I657, and it's showing you a very dilapidated, mud-flooded Colosseum. Okay. Now, there's also an abundance, as I showed you. Let's move on. These are all over antiquity. You can get hundreds on Google Earth. They're absolutely everywhere. So this one, where do you think that one is? Rome? Rome? No, that's in Hanoi, Vietnam. Okay, Hanoi, Vietnam. This Roman mini Colosseum looking thing. This one, any guesses where you think that one is? Okay, that's in Cologne in Germany. That's in Cologne in Germany. This one, any guesses? Rome? Well, looks been mud flooded. Cambridgeshire in England. Cambridgeshire in England. Another Roman sort of looking Colosseum. This one is in Holland. In Esch in Holland. Okay. We have another one here. Okay. Looks like a Colosseum. It's round. And this one is in Amersfoort in Holland. Amersfoort in Holland. We have another one here. Couldn't get the... I was in crazy Eastern European language, so can't really pinpoint the country, but it looks exactly like the Colosseum. So any guesses what these things are by now, guys? This one, Rome? Nah, that's Everton in Liverpool. So they are all water towers, aren't they? They're all water towers, guys. Okay, every one of them are water towers. So you might be thinking by now, well, there's no way the bloody Colosseum can be any sort of water tank, because it's bloody massive, isn't it? And you wouldn't have one that big. It's far too big. But no, guys, no, really, because if you're not into like gladiatorial killing or devouring lions, devouring Christians, really necessary back in them days. Think about it, really. Are we really like that? Are we gonna go down to the local corner and watch basically people being ripped apart by wild animals? You see my point? So these are devices. I'll explain now. So aqueducts. This is a depiction of a Roman aqueduct. I've witnessed these myself. I've witnessed the ancient aquifers in the Etruscan Empire in Tuscany, and these aqueducts bring in water further south. This one is feeding apparently Rome. There's not many of them left now. So aqueducts carry on water. Please take note of the holes in the sides of these aqueducts. Okay, the holes. We move on. So now apparently, guys, the average aqueduct inclination, I've explained on my vlogs before, is 1 or 2 millimeters per mile. Okay, falling away. So this could be as long as 91 kilometers long. So imagine how skillful the builders would have to be to drop an incline of 1 to 2 millimeters, okay, per mile, to achieve an inclination so subtle that the aqueduct can carry miles, basically 91 miles from its source to the Aqua Murcia in Rome. The tank, the Aqua Murcia in Rome, according to the official narrative. So how did the water reach tens of thousands of homes in Rome? Actually, they say there was 1 million people in Rome, so more like hundreds of thousands of buildings in Rome. How did they do it? Well, the average height, apparently, according to Wikipedia, of a Roman aqueduct, so the Aqua Appia, is 20 meters. The Aqua Vitus is 48. The Aqua Murcia is basically 59, and the Aqua Teplu is 61. So it's about an average of 35 meters high for an aqueduct. And take a look at what's left of Roman aqueducts. Is this one here? Okay. Now, you can see the water entering the city, and it goes through, in this case, square pipes. Here and here, like you've just seen on the other ones. Okay, makes sense. The water arrives with more pressure, which is needed. Now, we're talking about apparently ancient Rome, guys. Apparently, according to the official narrative, as far as we know, they haven't got electric pumps like they have in the modern day. No hydraulics expert, pressure expert, but I know that you're going to need some pressure for 1 million houses. Toilets and fountains, they're on every corner, so they're fed through here. Now it's great. So the pipes and tubes could end up in the air, so they put them up in the air, okay, which will become apparent why now. So how did they drink at that height? Okay, well, we'll have a look now and see what the theory is. There's a cat trying to drink at height. She's not doing too well. I wouldn't worry, no animals were harmed in the making of the greatest secret never told, by the way. Okay, so that is what you try to do if you drink high, so it doesn't really work. The reality is this. The reality is this, okay? If you keep the water as high as like in the aqueducts, you can feed through the water pressure these high buildings equal to the height of where it is. So this is 30 meters in the air. It can feed water to a building 30 meters high. using this. Okay, now, so let us see why arriving high is so important to a city, important in a time that has no electric pumps by all accounts. Okay, now I'm going to look at the official narrative of how they think that the water reached fountains, public toilets, kitchens, bathrooms to a city of 1 million people, apparently, is this. Okay, so this is the official narrative, is the Roman public health system. So the water comes in through these upper pipes and delivered to a small reservoir, to a little fountain, a little villa, so a tree. So in my mind, just with this operation, you could only really administer water to maybe 10 properties, but not 1 million, because you would need like thousands and thousands of aqueducts going over the city, which never really happens, just the 1 or 2 at the centre. So anyway, so as I said, I'm no hydraulics engineer, guys, but I can understand you know, without a pump, there is no way you're gonna get enough pressure to deliver that much water to that many people. Okay, it's just not gonna happen. We accidentally stumbled upon a video by a guy, basically a YouTuber by the name of John Catius, and he was posting this. What do you know? Let's fill in a Colosseum or a giant bowl using an aqueduct. Here's another. Wow. What do you know? So is it feasible, guys, that the Colosseum is actually a giant water tank? It is very interesting to think, though, isn't it? You know, that it's a colossal water reservoir. It makes perfect sense to me. Amazing. So-called amphitheatres are actually water towers, and before water pumps were invented, diverting it to wherever. So this, in my mind, is a reality. So if so, this is interesting. The way water would be reaching the homes would be through water pipes under amphitheatres and under the streets of Rome. If this is true, we can find proof under the Colosseum and the streets. There must be some kind of water pipelines in there, if there's any reality to that, is there? Right? Well, there is. There's this news article, and it shows you the Aqua Appia brought 20 million gallons of water per day from a spring that was 10 miles away from Rome, okay, as newer aqueducts were constructed. Aqueducts, not pipes, aqueducts. Aqua Appia's use becomes limited until necessary, used as part of the Roman sewer system and then discarded altogether. So aqueduct. Bear with me. So this is the official narrative, is lead, but there's a hole in that too, apparently, nowadays. So ancient Rome lead pipes found in Stala, Attica, are probably to bring fresh water to the people in the cities from hundreds of miles away, helped by thousands of ancient Romans, and it still remains controversial whether or not lead in the pipes caused their downfall. Okay, remember this is an official narrative, but there's a big clue. So the ability to bring fresh water to people in the cities from hundreds of miles away helped thousands of ancient Romans, and it still remains controversial whether or not lead in the pipes caused their downfall. But thanks to a new study, we now know Romans started using lead in their pipes much earlier than was thought. Examining the lead in the soil, a team found in Ostia that there was a sudden influx of lead at 200 BC. Around the same time Romans expansion began. So it was only used in a certain period. They were doing something else. Previous evidence of lead pipes only dating back to 11 BC, meaning the new evidence shows ancient Roman used lead almost 200 years earlier than was thought. So this was stumbled upon as well, and obviously I couldn't read it because it's in Czech, but the two words that I could read were them: Colosseum, because it's got a picture, and aqueduct. So it's pretty self-explanatory. So I was like, what do the rest say? So running into a Google Translator, and this came up. Well, that's the cover for it. And the Google Translator said this: in Rome, they found an historical treasure under the Colosseum. Was an aqueduct from before the time of Christ. We move on. So, excuse me. There's that crazy little baby. So basically, aqueduct undergoing safety reasons is what they're suggesting. It's just absolutely crazy stuff. But here's what came out of the Czechoslovakian article. In the heart of the Italian metropolis, the remains of the oldest Roman aqueduct have been discovered during the construction of the new metro line. According to Italian archaeologists quoted by the Spanish daily ABC, this is exceptional discovery, in addition to the parts of a 2,300-year-old water pipeline. The tomb of the Iron Age was found during the construction of the Roman metro. The remains of the aqueduct were discovered during the excavation of the Sea Line shaft, subway shaft, which began 2 years ago, said the archaeologist Simona Moretta. She added that this exceptional discovery is located in the depth of about 20 meters just off the famous Colosseum. The depth of 20 meters. According to Moretta, the archaeologists, if there is most likely Aqua Appia aqueduct, which is built in around 312 BC, they say, this ancient aqueduct supplies the inhabitants of Rome with about 73 cubic meters of water per day. This was built on blocks of volcanic origin, and almost 16.5 kilometers is led underground for safety reasons. Maybe in case a water droplet falls on your head. It could be dangerous. We move on. Here's an old depiction of Rome, a mud-flooded Rome, in fact, by the artist, excuse me, Matisse, I think, by the artist Pietro di Matteo. And it's a mud-flooded Rome. Okay, and you can see the aqueduct is being broken off at this stage. I have actually got a Gallica that I could show you where it's just feeding straight through, but I'm going to basically, when I've finished this vlog and I show you the next vlog, I'll show you aspects of some of this stuff which I've got, which is not fitting with this one today. So Colosseum, and you see the aqueduct, and it comes very, very close by. Now this artist, he's either got no colours because he ain't got no money or something, and he can't buy paint, I don't know. This is the three, anyway, it's all in green, brown and black. There's no colour. So the artist is like blind, maybe. A. B, the painter run out of green, black and brown paint. Maybe. C, it was mud flooded during a devastation of the city and its surroundings. So I'm going to go for A. No, I'm not. I'm going to go for C. So this cream colour, this muddy cream colour. Now if you have a look, it seems that the towers, the pillars and the buildings are the highest points to survive the mud flood and whatever came through this place, maybe this flood of 1550s, who knows. But everything basically was washed away, leaving just this. So is that even possible, guys, that could happen? Well, we got plenty of evidence, and I will show you on my next vlog, guys, that, you know, tsunamis can leave places utterly devastated, carrying huge chunks of stone and cars and boats and everything. And here's a depiction of a mud flow back in the day. So yeah, they can wash the entire of a large civilization away, no problemo. Okay, I'm going to show you a a record that came my way anyway in the next vlog from a mud flood in Norway, sent in by Stefan. I'm going to come back to see that. So this is Rome, the Colosseum, which is round, goes down. So the Flavian Theatre is the Colosseum, as you may or may not know, apparently attributed to the Emperor Vespasian, as we talked about in the last post. So hydraulic engineer at Edinburgh University came up with the plausible explanation. According to Dr. Craper, the water could have come from the Aqua Claudia that flowed down the Cellinian hill less than 500 yards away from the amphitheatre in 79 AD. Thus Tiberius did commission repairs of the aqueduct that could have included a spur to fill the Flavian amphitheatre with water. Okay, so the Aqua Claudia brought over 50.5 million gallons a day into Rome. Okay, that's over 2 million gallons per. So it is very feasible, because there's already the narrative, this guy has prostrated it anyway, and this is the model you're looking at there is I think it's coming up now. Oh, excuse me. Nope, I haven't got it. So at this point, if any Italians are watching, I know I've got a load of you, I'm going to make an attempt to think about what you're saying right now, which is basically ma che cazzo dice, me che cazzo dice is what you're saying. Probably now, because like you didn't really know when you lived there that these are like highly advanced water systems that we are going to go into in some great detail. So who else, guys, who else do you reckon who is big into water towers, okay, is our old friend Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was on a vlog with that comedian dude, or that dude there, and don't get me started on water towers, and he just has a little rant in this vlog. I've got there on YouTube, I don't want to play it because I don't want to copyright. But basically, Neil deGrasse Tyson has a real big thing about water towers, and he gives a little bit of a clue away as well. So this guy's like, yeah, what's the big hey about water towers? And Neil says, water towers are such fascinating structures that they could talk about them. I could talk about them for ages. But since I'm a professional digresser, bullshitter, as some of you know by now, actor, I'm not allowed to give anything away too much. Not allowed to tell us of this technology, which Fat Earth British is going to be telling all the people about. I will give you a few hints so you can make your own research. What does he mean exactly, guys? Water towers are interesting, eh? So, you know, he's supposed to be a famous physicist. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. And the guy's going on about water towers and got an obsession with them. Yeah, I wonder why. This technology is mind-blowing. So, something to understand about water. If on the top, it says 50 centimetres at the top of the water, would be pressure of 500 pounds. So the wall of the water tower on the top, the first 50 centimetres would be needed strong enough to hold that, you know, 50 pounds. But as you get down, guys, further and further, you have to basically increase or strengthen the container. Okay. Just make the bottom thinner and thinner with less materials than the top. Now you're going to see this absolutely everywhere. Here's a modern day version in I suppose New York or American City, where you can see that it gets smaller and smaller and smaller as it gets down. Okay, to be able to handle the pressure of horizontal water. Okay. Okay, so we move on. So this is another, believe it or not, water tower, and this one's in Montpellier in France. Okay, and it's a square water tower, or a water castle, they say. Okay, we move on. So that's what they say about Montpellier, is it's a water tower. Okay, It's a water tower. So they come in squares. So a lot of these things that we're seeing in antiquity are just that. And why to such a scale will be made apparent later. Next one. So obvious are the round things that could be, well, definitely a water towers, are the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Yeah, only this one is not the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This one is in America, and it's the Leaning Tower of Niles. So it's a half-sized replica of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, located in Niles, Illinois. It was completed in 1935, and it's basically a water tower. Store water for outdoor recreation and swimming. So I think the original tower was also a water tower. Okay, a water tower, because that one certainly is. Also, another is the Taj Mahal. This plant is one of the best we know of at the moment. We're researching more. Place of beauty to keep a princess in. Is that what you think was going on with these towers and this building? Okay, now, so what we're looking at, right, it's not like a tomb for his wife. It is a highly advanced water purification energizing plant. All of these are, it's all part of a greater system, would be explained. Now, that is it from the coast, where you can see it's full MO on the riverbank, excuse me. Okay, and here it is as well from the riverbank down by here. Outside of that usual, sight we see. It's a picture of a monkey looking for edibles in the polluted banks of the Yunuma. So that's outside, the reality of outside this place. But I got a feeling that this river was not always so polluted. The truth is, guys, not many rivers in the world are that safe for human beings to drink. So this thing is right on the river. A lot of things are right on the river in antiquity, don't you think? So probably in the early days it was not polluted, so it was much cleaner. So they used river water. They had some sort of filtration system using stones and even condensing. So did the emperor do that? Well, we got an official bit of information. To provide water for himself as part of the city. This is what Wikipedia is saying about the whole thing, but it is related to water. So this is wiki. Water from the river, okay, into a huge storage tank, and then pump the water, but they haven't got electric pumps. Tank in a huge storage tank, in a water channel, tank water channel. Supply tanks, another channel. Supply tanks, pipe mouth, okay. Supplying fountains, filled wells by electric pumps, undiminished water pressure, never dropping anywhere in the world at that time, for fountains, okay, etc, 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 is what they're saying. So I think there's a good chance that these towers were completely different. I think they're used for multiple things as well. Okay, so alright. It seems that Taj Mahal was a really highly advanced storage, filtration, purification and pressure providing plant. It's not the only one we got. Okay, this is like everywhere and is amazing when you know. Please keep your mind on the functions of the tower, though the water towers, the four either side as you see, are probably not their only uses. That will be made to be understood later. They do have multiple functions. Okay, guys. Now, the next one is a water tower in Marrakesh, in Morocco. Notice anything in front of it. Now, you're going to see that a lot. The water in front of the water tower. This one, Morocco. Okay, the next one is a water tower, and it's a Greco-Romano pillar, and this one is in St. Louis. It's in College Hill, St. Louis, Missouri. So what's a Greco-Romano column doing in St. Louis? and it's a water tank, maybe someone can let me know. We've got a local water tank, and that is, oh excuse me, that is also one of these, but it's a bubble. Now the next one is a water tank, a V-shaped water tank. Now the cylindrical ones, guys, they use the specifications that we just told you about on that water tank thing, you know, with the extra ribbon all the way down to all the extra pressure of the water as it gets further down, which is obviously logical to understand now. But the V-shaped is exactly the same scenario. You know, you can hold more water and the pressure will basically hold further down as well. So there are loads of these around the world. I got one local, it's a bubble one. This one is that one's in Helsinki. It's a mushroom shaped concrete water thing. This one is, excuse me, one's been demolished, but we can roughly guess that this thing's gonna have a V shape inside, okay? And that one is being demolished and it's in Holland, but it's also a water tank. Also, other things that are water vessels that are V-shaped, the best shape at all, is my massive cup, which is obviously like out of perspective on a video screen, so it looks massive. It's a lot smaller in reality. But it's also a V because it holds water, like a water vessel, okay? And champagne glass also holds water. We have in a V-shaped vessel. We have the Hathor, which we looked at in the last vlog. The image of the Hathor's middle bit is so-called the woman's deity, or the female deity, the Hathor. But it's also a depiction of the ovary system. Now God gave us the greatest water holding shape that there is, and it's a V, which you see on all them water tanks. So God's greatest gift is the V shape, which they're using in the naturalist water tank of them all. Now I've got a little video at the end of this. Okay, perfectly designed by the greatest hydraulic engineer of all time, God Almighty, God the Creator. Okay, in Jah Rastafari. So, guys, that is it for now. I'm going to come back, okay, and summarise. I'm glad to have got through that. It was a bit of an effort, but I've got a bit to talk to you about, actually. And it's getting dark and I haven't eaten. So, what have we learned, guys? Now, I'm only a little touch of a way into this series at the moment, if I'm honest. Put the links necessary for what you need in the descriptions box. So what have we learned is anything related to tor, ho, tar, car, carl, call, or the L, donates a circle. The L donates a deflection, a dam for propagating, to make it in a circle. The reasons why all of this is being said to you now, okay, will become apparent later on. In fact, all of this is related to things later on in the series, which will all make perfect sense later on. The Colosseum is a highly advanced technical device. Water is a massive part of this story, guys, okay? Now, Lee, my old mate Lee, flat British, was in his van thinking away Monday morning, and he was thinking death thoughts. He was thinking, wonder what's going on with all that then, because we all think that, don't we? And then it dropped on him, and he thought, they're dehydrating us. They're killing us with dehydration. They're taking the water out of water. When we get old, we wrinkle up, prune up, and dry up. Okay? There's no other way of explaining it, guys. We dry up like a prune when you're old, which is dehydration attributed, is it not? Are they dehydrating us to death so we get out of here early? Are these devices, which we're going to go into a lot more, and a few scientists that have known about this sort of idea, but not with these. Nobody has made this connection. Nobody. The applications are just biblical, okay? Later on, the penny will drop. Now, I'm going to be back tomorrow, guys, okay? I'm not sure how long that was, maybe an hour, to bring a Flat Earth British vlog. What you can expect tomorrow is just mind-blowing, okay? Evidence for technismia is well known and written about, okay? Broadcasting from the dome. Broadcasting of the gods is known about. It's technismia science, and it's all to do with it wouldn't work unless we're on a flat plane. By the way, any of it. A CIA document has come my way. I want to share with you as well. We can't really trust them, but why is it out there is the question in the first place. And I'll leave that one to last. And much more. We've got an antique book which I'm going to bring out to you from, I think it's around 1650s, talking about parasites, which they call genie or jinn, how it affects us, how it gets in our psyche, and what they think it is. And we'll be reading some aspects of that in my next post, and a lot more besides. Okay, so look forward to that. I'm out of here. So what do you think, guys? I need something to drink, and I need something to eat. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. My next episode will be out in 1 week's time. Keep an eye out for Flat Earth British juice impending. We've got much to bring out. Okay, so if you're in chat now, make sure to sub. There's much more to learn on this. Okay, much. You should see what's to come. It's just brain melting. Much to learn, much to learn. Hope you enjoyed. Great. The great Flat Earth British think tank. Keep that juice coming in. Oh yeah, we have a spin-off. A Reddit fan site for Flat Earth British. I put it into the link. Craig's running it. He's kindly doing that. And basically, you can add. There's 15,000 Vatican archives being let out, and he's been unpacking them, and they're all there, well, load there for ready for viewing on Flat Earth British's Reddit site, fan site. If you want to get on with that and subscribe, it's somewhere to share and hang out and talk about Flat Earth British subjects. I will be flitting about there from time to time to, say hi and stuff. So take a look. I'll link that up along with my email address and everything else. I will be back in a day. Flat Earth British. Peace and love.